What is good, internet? It is Spirit of Paradox here, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be continuing with Ultimate Nightmare issue number 5, the final book in this story. In this issue, we get to see Ultimate Captain America go up against Ultimate Red Guardian. We get to see the Ultimates go up against the Ultimate X-Men, and we also get to see who and what is emitting this signal to Earth 1610, with also a debut of another well-beloved Marvel character. There is a lot happening in this issue, folks, so if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, this is the channel you want to be on. We cover the original and the new on the channel, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let's begin. The story begins where the last issue left off with the Ultimates, with Ultimate Captain America and Red Guardian about to fight each other, with Ultimate Falcon acknowledging they're not fighting. Let the captain take care of business, Mr. Wilson. Just concentrate on getting that door open. Yeah, but why aren't they fighting? And both of the super soldiers are sizing each other up, with Red Guardian saying, "Are you looking for an opening, Captain? Studying me for weaknesses? I have none. I am perfect, the constant super soldier." And Captain America tells him, "Sure you do." "What? You're crazy." That's a cheap insult, and before he could do anything, Ultimate Captain America kicks Red Guardian square in the jaw. And as the kick in the face starts off this battle, we see Ultimate Red Guardian get back up and start using his shield as an offensive weapon. As we see, his shield is lined with sharp nails and teeth. Red Guardian punches Ultimate Captain America in the stomach, winding him momentarily as he goes in for the final blow using his shield. With Captain America being the master tactician that he is, he draws for his shield and deflects Red Guardian's attack. This causes Red Guardian's shield to shatter on impact because it's made out of bone and human flesh, while Captain America's is made out of adamantium. This causes Red Guardian a lot of pain because his shield was bolted onto his arm. "Good God," says Captain America. Revealing a gruesome wound on Red Guardian's arm, he says to Captain America, I have not the English for what you are. I will kill you now." Ultimate Falcon manages to get the door open, but Fury shouts for Cap. But Captain America, being a badass, shouts, "Go," as he smashes Ultimate Red Guardian's head into a wall. But the thing is, Red Guardian has a weapon on his sleeve. As we see where the broken shield came off, there's a metal protrusion coming out of Red Guardian's arm, and he uses it to his advantage, cutting Captain America's chest during the fight. But the thing is, when the Ultimates enter the vault, all of them look shocked, with Black Widow saying, "Oh, Nick, Sam, try your radios again. We're going to need some help," as we see absolute shock and awe on Black Widow's face. And we find out the very thing that's been emitting this signal across the original Ultimate Universe. We find out the very thing that's been emitting this world-ending signal on Earth 1610. We find out what the thing is that's been experimented on and pried off and bolted onto humans. We find out that this creature is Ultimate Vision from the original Ultimate Universe. And the thing is, Vision came to this world to warn everybody that Galactus was coming 100 years ago. And what did humanity do? lock it up, and pull it apart. With the Ultimates being shocked at what they see, Ultimate Falcon says, "My God, this is it? The source of the transmission?" "No, more than that. Look at him. He's the source of everything here. Take two things that work and stick them together. He's their damn super soldier program. They spent decades prying bits off him and grafting them onto test subjects. And Ultimate Vision tries to speak, but his voice is broken, and he repeats, 'Escape, escape, it's coming.' But the door behind the Ultimates is being busted down, and Black Widow says, 'We have company, gentlemen.' And we find out it's the Ultimate X-Men from the very ending of the last issue. As they've just broken down the vault door, Nick Fury is on smoke and shouts X-Men and begins to open fire at them. But the thing is, Jean Grey deflects Nick Fury's bullets, but she doesn't acknowledge him. She acknowledges Ultimate Vision and says, "It's you. I can hear you. You're not even human." Ultimate Wolverine goes into battle and shouting ambush, with Colossus letting them know they don't have their super people with them. "Yeah, no Iron Pants, no Hammer Guy. It's gonna be easy. But I'll take it," says Wolverine. But Fury lets them know, "Stand down, X-Men." And before Wolverine could go in for the attack, Nick Fury hits Wolverine over the head with his rifle and says, "Whoops. Oh, I'm trembling, little dog that talks trash to me. I don't think so." We return to the fight between Ultimate Captain America and Red Guardian, and he tells him, "You are weak. Do you understand what this was? This underground place? It was our testing ground. It made us strong. It made us glorious. It made us proud," as he continues to fight Captain America. "It taught us that the Americans are nothing, and that there is strength in union. It took union to make me." But Captain America claps back and says, "Fighting isn't about glory. Fighting isn't about pride. This is the mistake that crazy scum like you make." And Ultimate Captain America punches Red Guardian straight in the mouth. Like, this was a proper brutal punch. And we see Cap pick up this piece of wood and then go up to Red Guardian and stab him with it, and tells him, "Fighting's about winning." In the next page, we see Ultimate Colossus versus Falcon, and this is an interesting battle. "Do not fight. I will not kill you. Just put you to sleep," says Colossus. "Yeah, it's real comfortable. Organic metal analog, is it? I've heard about it. It's extremely cool. Thank you. Now please, let me crush the air out of you." I was just thinking, if your eyes really turn to metal, how do you see? And then we find out Ultimate Falcon pushes both of his thumbs into Ultimate Colossus's eyes, causing him a lot of pain. And then we see Wolverine versus Fury and Captain America. And the crazy thing about this fight is, these three used to be good friends during World War II, and now they don't know about their history or their enemies now. And Wolverine says, "You keep honking me off, Fury, the slower I'm gonna kebab your heart." And then Captain America comes out and says, "Hey, Lucky Jim." And Wolverine's like, "Who called me that?" Because the thing is, that's what Captain America used to call Wolverine, or James Howlett, back in the World War II days. And that causes Wolverine's head to go a bit haywire, and he's like, "Hold on a minute, I remember that. Who called me that?" And before he could get his answers, a grenade gets thrown in his direction, and Wolverine says, "Ah, crap." And then boom, The grenade goes off in his face, and this causes Wolverine to be knocked out. And Captain America tells him, "I cannot tell a lie, Jim. It was me. Now, why don't you settle down, fella? I've got no particular wish to kill anyone else today." Whilst also letting us know Ultimate Captain America just killed Red Guardian. And Black Widow tells Captain America, "Speak for yourself." And as she has a gun pointed at Jean Grey's head, she says, "It's not human. Not human, and won't stop talking in my head." Yes, dear, you said that. Shut up now, or I'll be forced to blow your head off for the sake of my sanity. I think the mutants are a little confused, Nick. Ultimate Falcon gives his thoughts as he holds a gun up to Ultimate Colossus. "I don't blame them, Widow. Listen to what she's saying. She's an X-woman. They've got psychics. I've read about it." General Fury said S.H.I.E.L.'s Psi division was down. If this thing was broadcasting on high electromagnetic frequencies that psychics use, as well as the wave bands we picked up, you kids thought there was a psychic here, didn't you? I bet you didn't even turn on a TV to see if anything else was going on. You barreled right in here to save the underground brain broadcaster, right? Morons. So, what do we have here, Sam? It looks to me like someone made half a robot out of half of a Cadillac. Falcon gets an idea and says, "Metal Man, kneel down, cross your ankles. I could shoot you through the eyes from 20 paces without even trying." "No, General, it used to be intact, or close to it, didn't you?" And the Ultimate Vision responds with, "Yes. 100 years trying to heal as they cut pieces off me. We're here now. You can stop broadcasting. You've brought us here and we're ready to listen, but your broadcast is damaging us. We want to learn, but you have to stop the broadcast now." Ceased, as we see Ultimate Vision listen to Falcon's order and frees Jean Grey of the voices, and says, "Names in your language. Eidolon, Vision, name, Vision." And Vision explains, "Traveler, I was running ahead of the thing, across galaxies, warning it is coming. 100 of your years ahead of the incident wave. 100 years to defend. Failure event in my vessel mechanism while entering your atmosphere. Critical failure above this territory. Repair. Coma. Found by explorers and buried and desecrated over periods of decades. Defeating repair cycle. Finally, broadcast cortex reassembled. 100 years gone by. Panic failure in role assigned to me by Quinjet. Dead their voices. Mass broadcast on all frequencies. The stories of the dead. The warning. You must prepare now. Prepare. For what? What's coming? Asked Fury. So many names, so many destroyed cultures. I hold the voices of 1,000 dead worlds. There is a very old culture, has observed dozens of terminal events. Their word for it now has traveled. In their language, it means uncreator, the anti-messiah, poison wave, universal endbringer. Galactus. Another flash of white light hits the room, causing a panic, and Fury asking, "What in hell was that?" "Dunno, like someone let a flashbang grenade off. I couldn't see a thing for a second." "Widow, did you take your eyes off Jean Grey?" And as we realize all of the X-Men are gone, she says, "I hate X-Men." "This is Fury. Can you hear me up there? Grab some shovels, boys. You're digging us out of here." Falcon would ask Ultimate Vision another question. You said 100 years. 100 years ahead. 100 years have passed. There is no time left. In the next page, we follow up with the Ultimate X-Men right after they escaped the base and the Ultimates, with Wolverine saying, "So, there wasn't a mutant ever, just some weird messed up alien robot, and no one thought to take even half a day to find out what else might be going on." "Shut up, Logan," says Jean. "You and Baldy got so sweaty about rescuing some poor little mutant that you didn't even think twice, and it's thanks to you two that we almost got killed by the Ultimates." "Shut up, Logan." "Or what, Jenny? You going to kill me? Drown me in your bleeding heart, maybe? This was a shambles. Think. You and Xavier think you're so sneaky and clever, and where did all of that brain power get you? Flat on your face with a gun in your ear." And Wolverine reveals to his team, "If you ask me, this Galacti thing can't come soon enough. We're all just dumb enough to deserve to be eaten by some jerk from space. You for thinking Charles E's the savior, and me for sticking around." What I like about this in the Ultimate X-Men of the original Ultimate Universe was that the characters were flawed, you know, and there would be a lot of tensions within the group, and like the relationships between the characters would change and meander over time. I really liked that, and it didn't just make the X-Men just one-note characters. A lot of them had their own agendas and stuff, and a lot of them had their own personal issues, and it really shows here. In the next page, we see one of the helicarriers is trying to take Ultimate Vision from out of the base through a crane, and we see General Fury and Falcon are here. "He's all yours, Sam. You're going to spend every waking hour with him, working out what he's talking about and learning as much as possible. This is officially 60 levels above top secret." And Ultimate Falcon asks a very good question. How are you going to explain away the mass broadcast predicting doom? And Fury lets him know. "Terrorists. Terrorists are good for anything. I know what you're thinking, and no, we're not telling anybody about this until I know exactly what's coming to get us." But with the final page of the book, we see an alien ship far away and out of space, looking at planet Earth, coming closer and closer, signifying that Ultimate Galactus will come very soon. And the book teases the next story arc, Ultimate Secret. And this is where Ultimate Nightmare, the first story in the Ultimate Galactus trilogy, ends. So that was Ultimate Nightmare, the entire story. And I have got to say, this is by far one of the most underrated comics from the original Ultimate Universe. Not a lot of people talk about this book, but what I liked about it is just how different it was from the rest of the Ultimate Universe. This felt like a cosmic kind of horror story set in the Marvel Ultimate Universe, and I absolutely loved it. Just the artwork and going and learning about Ultimate Vision's history, how he came down to Earth in the Tungustian event, and he was taken and captured and experimented on for 100 years. Like, you just don't see that kind of stuff in Marvel, you know? So when I learned about this as a kid, I was shocked to even see this. But what I liked about this was every issue or every book in this story, artwork was fire. The storytelling was also fire because it had a much darker tone, a much more serious kind of tone to the storytelling, which I really did like. And we did get kind of, if you've any of you guys seen the movie The Descent, where we had that movie with those monsters in the cave. You know, I kind of got that feeling from this story, from like that movie called The Descent, or the second one, which isn't as good as the first, but I got those kind of horror movie vibes. Like there's monsters, like a horror movie with monsters in like some deserted building that the characters need to get out of. Like I kind of got that feeling from it. And what I really liked as well was some of the lore explanation, or the lore expansion. So we saw in issue number 5 in particular how Wolverine doesn't actually remember a lot of his history with Nick Fury and Captain America on Earth 1610 during World War II. So the same thing happens with Wolverine. He loses his memory due to Weapon X and that, even though he's actually the first ever mutant in Earth 1610. You know, the history's still relatively the same for the most part. And to see that we got those little nuggets of that old school history, I really loved those moments in Earth 1610 when we got to see that. And this was years before Ultimate Origins was even written as well. So I really, really liked seeing that even before I knew about Ultimate Origins. Another thing that I liked as well was the tension within the groups. So in the original Ultimate Universe, the Ultimate X-Men and the Ultimates typically did not get along for the most part in their existence. I mean, when they needed to work together to fight a villain, they would, but for the most part, it was mostly on sight whenever they saw each other, and I absolutely loved those fight scenes, man. Like, yeah, and I think it was Ultimate War when the Ultimates and the Ultimate X-Men went at it. Loved that book. But yeah, to see more of that, I was really happy with that battle scene that we got. And same with Ultimate Red Guardian. Again, another drastic difference from the original in the main Marvel. I liked that too, that we got this dark and twisted version of the character. It's a shame he's gonna be dead forever, because in the original Ultimate Marvel universe, death really matters. When somebody died in the original, they stayed dead for the most part. Most of the time they did. But I really did enjoy seeing this twisted version of Red Guardian and seeing how brutal his fight was with Captain America. Then we've got Ultimate Vision in this story. So I've been holding it off ever since I started covering this story on who was broadcasting the signal. Yes, it was the original Ultimate Universe's version of Vision. But he actually does go through quite a lot of changes in the OG Ultimate Universe. Like, he does get a gender swap later down the line. And yeah, that Vision becomes a woman, but yeah, there is that. But for the most part, I really did like this version, and not as much as like the main Marvel, but I mean, this version's just dark and twisted, you know, until you get later down the line. But seeing this version of Vision being in like an extraterrestrial alien robot that goes to different worlds trying to warn them that Galactus is coming, I really liked that aspect of this version of the character. One, it's different. Two, it's unique. And it's still really cool and really fucked up at the same time. So, overall, I do recommend Ultimate Nightmare to any Ultimate Universe fan. It is definitely a great book and a great entry into the Ultimate Galactus trilogy. This is something you will get that is unique to the Ultimate Universe, top quality storytelling, and some good action and artwork. And yes, the next storyline is Ultimate Secret, and we are going to be covering that. And in that storyline, we get to see Ultimate Silver Surfers. But are they really Silver Surfers? I mean, they're silver, but when we get there, you'll understand what I mean. But yes, we'll be covering that real soon, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, and if you didn't, drop a dislike. That is all good. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.